hit that subscribe button. Guys, we got some cool stuff sent in to us. By the way, if you guys ever want to send anything to us, you can go to our website and go to our About page here, which I hope you guys see the new look of the deals page. We're trying to work on that, make it look better. We're doing a lot of stuff on the website. But on our About Us page here, you guys can find our address here, our P.O. box. If you guys ever want to send us some stuff, we got so much cool stuff in today. It was unbelievable. Somebody bedazzled a cup for me. And it looks phenomenal. So, thank you to everybody. Somebody sent me in a replica of my demon, which was also really sweet.
So go grab that real quick.
Yeah, go grab both those things.
Because those are cool.
Grab the movie script, too.
Yeah.
Just grab it. I know. Mike said we want to show. Somebody made a movie script of our office. Now, by the way, if you guys don't know what our office is, you guys go here to Hit Network. We got 109,000 subscribers there. You guys make sure to subscribe to this, and you guys can see everything that goes on behind the scenes here. Guys, this is called BitBoy's Crew to Hollywood. Someone literally wrote, is there a name on this? There is Mary Harmeyer. Thank you, Mary, for this. She sent us an entire flippin' movie script. It's even got a fight between me and TJ in it. She knows. It's like she's in our office.
It is a little eerie.
And there's a love angle. There's a love angle. I'm not going to reveal that. You got to watch Hit Network to find out what that is. And then somebody sent me this. God, you guys are so freaking cool. This is like an exact replica of my demon. Now, thank you for sending this. I love it. It's an exact replica until later today. I'm getting stripes put on it today. So we're going to have Jasmine match the stripes on here. And then check this bad boy out. Look at this.
That's baller.
Do we have names on this? Is there a name on this? We don't have the name. This is freaking baller right here. So, look, let's just put that there. Does it show up well?
Yeah, looks
yeah,
great.
Look at that.
Put it right in the middle. I mean, you can't replace Kobe, but...
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can't replace Kobe. But, yeah, there you go. So, here's the BitBoy thing. And then here's the demon. We got to get the demon on set, too, at some point. Yeah. We'll just put it there today. Who cares? Yeah, so, guys, hey, the mood's up today. Am I right?
Hey.
The mood's up today. Everybody's happy today. The prices are going back up. Things seem like they're returning a little bit more to normal. Bitcoin pumping above 38K today. Right now it's hovering right at the 38K level, so hopefully it doesn't dump right here while we're on the stream here. But it's coming in at $37,987. It was all the way up to 38.1. So it got above 38 there for a minute. So guys, I wonder if what we talked about yesterday on Around the Blockchain, which come back 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that, if on Around the Blockchain I mentioned that I thought Dogecoin getting listed on Coinbase could potentially be the hopium to push the market up a little bit. And I know it sounds crazy. Wouldn't it be ironic? Oh, they're putting me at minus 120 odds to beat you in a fight. You're plus 110.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's probably, it's a little skewed. I mean, it should be probably much deeper on my side. But
how do you even score that?
You don't know how that works?
A plus 110?
Yeah, so basically it's like gambling. So
I know
if you bet on me, if $100, you would have to bet $120 to win $100.
Right, I know how odds work. I thought it was like scoring for points in a fight, but
no, that's like the money line, right? The money line. So, anyways, guys, the point here is things are looking up. TJ's really thinking about that fight right now, so we may get that live. Also, after guys, we do have another live stream today at 2. So we're going from this live stream. We'll have an hour off. We're going to be live streaming with the team from SoMe as they're launching their utility token, the SAT token, the SoMe Ads token on CardStarter. So we're going to have you over in their team on. You guys know I'm an unpaid advisor for them, so they're going to be coming on my channel. We're going to be chatting about that. Very exciting day. It's social media on Cardano, and I can tell you the Cardano people are extremely excited about this. And so we obviously want to do that, talk about that as well. We'll be talking about another Cardano partnership or an expansion they're going on. But we got that live stream today and then Around the Blockchain at 5. Yes, TJ?
I didn't have a question.
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
No.
I heard you intersect something.
No.
Somebody says BitBoy versus Logan Paul. Look, I love y'all, but I'm not fighting one of those Paul boys. And look, it's not because I'm scared of the Paul boys. I mean, they're just, first of all, I know them. Okay, I know Jake like a little bit, not super close to him, but Who knows? We may end up being neighbors with him down in Puerto Rico at some point. So, but the thing is these guys are trained fighters. Like, I've not been training to fight. I would probably need like at least 6 to 8 months to train for a fight with one of those boys. I'm not prepared to do. That's bear market things.
Yes, that's what that's the conclusion we came to the other day.
Yeah.
Somebody was actually approaching us.
They wanted me to do a fight.
Yeah, and we said there's not enough time.
There's not enough time. Like, I don't have time to train like I would need to train to do it. Like, I would have to actually do like several hours a day of training. And I don't know if you guys know, we don't have that time right now.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if they know this about us. We're all or nothing kind of people.
100%.
So there's no way we only halfway do this. If we're going to do it, it's going to be all in.
Yeah, and somebody said BitBoy versus Joe Rogan. I would definitely not fight Joe Rogan. He's a bad man. Joe Rogan's a bad man.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a bad. Look, I didn't say I would beat Jake or Logan. I'm just saying, like, if I wanted to do something like that, like, I would have to have very intense training. They're also much younger than me.
Yeah.
So I'd probably want to fight somebody. Who was that one go up?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said BitBoy versus emo Mr. Bean and Saudi next Christmas. I would do that for sure. I would do that tomorrow.
We hear a lot of Meet Kevin. BitBoy versus Meet
Yeah,
Kevin.
that's what they want me to fight Kevin. I mean, Kevin, look, I mean, you're going to be the governor, but I guess I'm going to have to be the president. You know what I mean? Pow! Sorry, Kev. Kevin's been live streaming with George. We got to get that contact. I want Kevin on the channel.
Interesting.
All right, guys. So, I mean, let's get into it today. First and foremost, as always, thank you. We're kind of stuck here at 1.08 million subscribers. We don't know if it's a reporting error. We're trying to figure out what's going on with this. But YouTube has pretty much stopped our growth over the last few weeks. But it is what it is. These are lowest numbers we've had in like a year. So something's going on because our views are the same. We're trying to figure out what's going on there. But definitely thank you to the BitSquad. We're going to start having a graphic every day that's going to show that we are our size all together. Like, we've got almost 5 million followers across the interwebs.
The power meter of the BitSquad.
The what?
The power meter.
The BitSquad power meter. That's what we're going to be showing you guys every day going forward. Because, guys, you got to remember, it's just not YouTube we're on here. Like, we are on all other platforms. We're about to get on Twitch. That's going to be really exciting. How many of you guys want to see us on Twitch? Would watch us over there. We'll have to do some kind of different content over there. But a reminder, on Twitter here, we are at 407.9 thousand followers. So getting to 500,000 over there will be pretty exciting. So you guys make sure to be following us there. Is that updated? It is updated. So I knew that we would retweet some other stuff. So we got some stuff from Benchmark, Cartesi. Before we get into the numbers here, I do want to talk just for briefly about a project I'm invested in, another NFT platform we loved.
BitBoy versus Janet.
Yeah, that's funny. So somebody said, or we're invested in this project, Epic. It's EPIK. And it's pretty interesting because we're going to be talking about in a little bit, we're going to be mentioning a Bitcoin mining car, a car that mines while it's parked. We're not going to cover it too in depth. But the point is, like, the world is changing dramatically right before our eyes. And these NFT platforms are definitely something that are going to be a bigger part of the overall ecosystem. They're not getting smaller, guys. We're not going to see less NFT projects. We're only going to see more of them. There's Christopher Kramer, CEO of Somi there. So what's up, Chris? Good to see you. He'll be on it too today. But you guys make sure to be following Prime like I just did here. Just follow them, 21.7 thousand followers. What is it? It is an NFT platform for in-game experiences, digital items, and more. And for you guys that don't know, we do have, let me get that little fit there a little better. We do actually have a Sandbox property, a huge property in Sandbox that is a digital metaverse. And these are things we've been talking about for a while. In-game premium experiences. What are things that we can offer in our Sandbox game that you can only get access to, here or through owning an NFT or something like that? So that's what Epic is going to specialize in. You guys want to join, all you got to do is put your email address in right here on this box. Are you showing the box? Right here, you can put it on the box, put your email address in, sign up, read more about it, show some different things they've got coming live, Arena, Valor. They've got a lot of brands joining, things like that. So just a project we're invested in, want to tell you about. Check Epic out. So let's go ahead and get started into the crypto markets today, see what is popping. Somebody said the president would beat me. Guys, no. No. I can assure you that would not happen.
Yeah.
Somebody says I need to wear the. Were you stopping me from going too far with that?
Yes.
I wasn't gonna go too far. I'm just thinking like the whole. That's laughable. Like that's really
it is laughable.
Go back up. That super chat. Bull suit time. Is it time for a bull suit onesie?
I think we have
Could
one.
be. No, we don't. We have Matador.
Oh, Matador. That's right.
Yeah, that's when I'm trying to tame the market. Okay. All right, so here we go. On CoinMarketCap, we have Bitcoin coming in at $38,000. Ethereum at $2,785. We'll be talking about that Nervos news later, Cal J. So you guys stay tuned for that. We love Nervos, this project we talked to. Looking at the markets right now, there are a few things that really stand out to me. Okay. Number one, Binance Coin last night taking the lead back from Cardano. Last night on Around the Blockchain, when I was looking at the numbers, Cardano was number 4. Tether was number 3. Cardano was number 4. And Binance Coin was number 5. XRP was number 6. And Dogecoin was number 7. We've now seen a total shakeup in the top 10 for crypto. We're seeing Binance Coin with a huge pump back over $400. Thank God. Cardano at $1.80, approaching $2 again. I think it'll be there soon. But the market caps, let's look at the market caps here. We've got Binance Coin coming in now at 63 billion, Tether at 61 billion, Cardano at 57, and Dogecoin strongly above XRP right now at 54 billion. But XRP still up 3%. So still up to $1.04. I'm telling you guys, watch out for that one. That's going to be a big mover. I really believe that. I think I've hammered that point home here in the last couple of weeks. Let's look at the overall market cap up here. We've got market cap coming in at $1.7 trillion.
Interesting.
But look at this.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The overall volume is down. That's somebody said BitBoy versus No Telling Yellen. That's pretty funny. I would not do that, just so y'all know. But it's got a nice ring to it. 24-hour volume is actually down at 111 billion. This is the smallest we've seen it. And, you know, I tell you, we see that reflected in our numbers. Like, people are not really trading right now. Could it be time to start getting back on the trading train? Bitcoin dominance, 41.5%, dropping. Guys, here's what's interesting right now about Bitcoin versus Ethereum. And I'm telling you guys, we got a whole video. It may be Saturday before we get it out, but we have a whole video coming out on how Ethereum passes Bitcoin in this cycle. And you're definitely going to want to watch it. We are seeing some super interesting numbers for this. The Bitcoin dominance should be rising right now. And it had a peak up, and now it's going down. Someone says we need Pancake Bunny to come do some TA. Pancake. Oh. Because I said Pancake Bunny sounded like an overweight stripper yesterday. Mm-hmm. That's what they want. So, guys, we're seeing Bitcoin and Ethereum making some interesting moves. The Bitcoin dominance is dropping. Ethereum dominance right now is staying the same, which is as good as picking up on Bitcoin when it's dropping. I mean, it's kind of like if you think of, you know, if you think about sports, you know, if you're, let's say your football team, let's say you're a big fan and you're trying to catch the team in front of you. Well, you can win your game, but as long as the team that's in front of you wins their game, you're stuck in the standings. You're still not moving up. But when they lose, you got an opportunity to step up. So right now, as Bitcoin dominance is falling, Ethereum really needs to see its number rising. It is outperforming Bitcoin right now on the bounce back, but we need to see it continue to do that to catch up ground on Bitcoin here in the short term. So let's check out Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum at 2780. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. But the Bitcoin chart here on this is on ByBit. This is the daily chart. Look, guys, we're seeing a really strong gradual uptrend here. If you look right here, really good gradual uptrend. If you look at the daily DBSI number, it is a 14 right now, but the number at the top is a -1. Things are starting to feel bullish. But guys, we still, even with as bullish as things are right now, and we're going to look at a lot of stories today that are definitely a lot of stories that definitely seem to be forming that bullish narrative. And guys, that bullish narrative is very important because I need to pull this up a little bit, I think. There we go. Yeah, there we go. because this bullish narrative is something that we see throughout crypto media and mainstream media. When you have these narratives arise, like think a couple weeks ago when we crashed, every story was negative for a whole week. You guys remember? Now we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing things be very positive. In fact, there's actually a story that we were going to... Do you want to talk about that, TJ? The JP Morgan story?
Yeah, we had a JP Morgan story pulled this morning that was pure FUD. I think it was about the price going down to like 29K, 20K, something like that. Like basically saying the price was going to drop off a cliff, and then follow up with all these stories about institutions accumulating. And then we went to show it today, and after the story being up for about an hour or two, they pulled it down, said page not found. So I think they were getting a lot of backlash for that story because it's not
I would say not backlash. I'd say their overlords told them to remove it.
Probably, yeah.
That's what happens. So I'm still watching these possible fights come in.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's nothing in the middle. It's either like extremely outlandish, like in what, like me versus The Rock, or like me versus I don't want to say who it was, but some people, it's like, guys, pick somebody realistic. Okay, we gotta go after. Oh, they said me versus Lark. Like, Lark, look, I love you, but I mean, I'd have to give you the business. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Lark, you're not going to have much of a chance.
He seems more like a lover than a fighter.
Yeah, Lark's a lover, not a fighter. I doubt Lark is stepping in the boxing ring with anybody. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Maybe he's like actually a secret ninja. Yeah, they said
he could
BitBoy
be the type to surprise you with stuff like that.
Hey, listen,
He might be.
there are definitely some people out there that I would have thought for 100%, like no question about it, that I would literally, utterly destroy that person. And then you find out later that they're like some kind of like, super like Muay Thai fighter or whatever. You do not want to end up
like a Krav Maga master. Or something.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's sanity. Crypto sanity.
Yeah.
He's a Krav Maga master. I would have never thought that in my wildest dreams. I would have thought I would have crushed him.
Yeah.
So some people will surprise you. But I was just talking with Nick about this morning. You guys know my 2 rules for fighting. Never fight anybody who wrestled in college, number 1. They will always defeat you. And number 2, never fight anyone that wears Looney Tunes clothing that's an adult. You will not stand a chance. They will drag you outside their trailer and just they'll bury you under it. So you got to understand, if somebody is an adult and they're wearing Looney Tunes clothing, you ain't the first person that thought about saying something to them. Okay. But okay, so right now we're looking bullish. It's right at 38,000, and I saw some people in the chat say they said Arthur blank if we trade Julio. I think that's a conflict of interest for me. What we're seeing right now with Bitcoin is it's good, right? Like it is very good. It's going up. It's great, but we still are not getting above resistance levels. But right now we were looking yesterday at all these lines that we drew. When we were looking at all the different levels we've been having a hard time getting above, well, yesterday or today we are breaking above one of those lines, which is the 38,000 line. But we have to hold it. We can't hit it and drop back down. Like we're literally hovering. I don't know if you guys can. I don't want to. I hate to stretch this because then it's hard to see. There we go. Look where we're at right now. 38,000 exactly. We've got to hold. Somebody said I can't even say it. I can't say his name, I don't think. The main doctor of the pandemic versus Lark. That would be pretty funny. $38,006 we're holding right now, $38,005, but we got to get above 42 for sure in order to be bullish. And now I've messed the whole thing up again. I don't know how in the world I'll ever. There we go. No, it'll go into oblivion. Okay, so where do I have this number at? This is 42 is right here. We really have to get above 42. That was one of the biggest support levels, resistance levels that we had for Bitcoin. This was, if you remember, when we tore through December and we went all the way up to 42,000. That was the new all-time high, and then we dropped back down, and it was hard to get back over it, and then we finally went back up above it, and we ripped. And then on the way down, 42 looked like it was holding, and then all of a sudden it tore through that too. So until we get to much higher numbers, it's really going to be hard for us to say that we are, it's going to be really hard for us to say that we're bullish again. But it feels like the tide's turning a bit. And I told you guys, I just don't think we have time in this bull run for an extended run here. I don't subscribe to this theory that it's going to be longer. I described as a percentage of the bull run, 49% in one half of the bull run, 51% in the other half. We already know when that's going to be. God, people really love putting. Someone said, "Was I part of BitConnect?" No, never talked about BitConnect a single time. That's been back in the news, so I thought I'd answer that question. Everybody that was in the space at that time knew BitConnect was a scam. Not at the very beginning of the BitConnect stuff, but in the latter half of the year, everybody saw that coming. And so the people that continued to talk about that, that's why those guys are in trouble, by the way. All those guys are in trouble if you've seen that SEC lawsuit stuff, because they knew what they were doing. That was not like, oh, I'm just accidentally promoting a Ponzi scheme. You know, they knew, they were on the inside, they knew. So that's why those guys got charged. It's a lot about motivation, for sure. So anyways, guys, we're now approaching 38,100 for Bitcoin, so things are looking pretty good, but we got to get on a bigger uptrend. We got to see things go up. I think I said something and I stopped at mid-sentence. Do you remember what it was?
You were talking about what they're saying in the chat. Some of the.
It's so funny. I'm watching the chat today, and it's so funny.
They like pairing you up to fight.
They do like.
They really want us to fight.
Yeah, they really want us to fight. I mean, maybe it's happened before, guys.
We might be able to arrange that at some point. Not anytime soon.
I saw the guy that super chat said BitBoy versus some ribs. Ribs don't stand a chance. And we did see what you guys said yesterday about the TA stuff. We are working on that. We think we're going to introduce the daily TA show. So we'll see exactly what happens there. Somebody said me versus George. I would fight George, I think. George and I would probably be a decent match.
I was going to say, that'd probably be pretty fairly matched.
Yeah, pretty fairly matched, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, George, I love you. I'd still win. But, no offense to George. I love George. George is one of my favorite people out there for sure. But, I mean, I'm just saying, if it came to it, you know what I'm saying, I'd have to give him the business. You know what I mean? Okay. So, looking at Ethereum here, George may be another one, man. He may have a dojo. I don't even know.
Right,
about,
exactly. You never know.
George might. I don't know. George is an interesting character. So as long as he doesn't own a dojo, as long as he's not appearing on the next Cobra Kai season, then I'll be pretty good. So, all right. So let's look at the TA here for Ethereum. The chat has just been so fun today, which we have the best community out there for sure.
It's amazing what a little green will do for everybody's
It is amazing. So I said BitBoy versus Touch of Gray. We'll got B-Pro stuff later on. Not today, but we'll be talking about B-Pro later on in a few months. So right now, Ethereum at 27.93. Now, I did put a little long in. I put a little long in here on ByBit. Yeah, that's right, guys. We are going back to trading. I got an entry, and it was a little bit of a risky entry here, 27.85. But if looking at the chart here, this is the 4-hour chart. Guys, we are clearly on the 4-hour chart in an uptrend right now. So even though we are kind of, we had a bump above, if you look at where we're at, just kind of, let's see, can I use the tools here? I don't want to use the tools. That sounds like invasive here. But the long and the short of it is, it looks like we're breaking out for Ethereum right now. So we'll see what happens. I didn't put in a massive long. I'm only 5X right now. And it's only like 8,644 contracts, so it's not that much really. But I'm trying to get much more back into trading, because why? Why do I want to get back more into trading? I think it's time. I think. Could be proven wrong, but I do think it is time. We are going to see the markets going back up. And guys, when you're only longing in a bull market, this is why we've not been trading. The market has not looked good for a while, right? So I will not short in a bull market, and I do believe we are in a bull market. So it's all about patience. It's about waiting for that perfect time to get back in and start moving up. So we'll have to see exactly what happens with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin fails to break 38 and stay above it, then we'll probably see everything else going down. So you hear that?
Somebody's running.
People are running down the halls at all times running. It's Mike. It's always Mike running. Mike, were you running?
No, Allie was.
Who?
Allie was.
Oh, Allie was running. Oh, she was running with Ada.
Probably chasing the dog. Yeah.
That's right. That's TJ's new assistant.
Yep.
So,
by the way, 2 L's in Allie. I've been spelling it wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, great. So for let's look at the 4-hour chart for Ethereum and see kind of what we're looking at here. And As you guys can see, we did get a large green dot on Market Cipher. If you want access to Market Cipher, any of this stuff, by the way, you guys can sign up. We've got a revamped deals page, really trying to make it look a little bit better. If you want ByBit, you can get access to the VPN right here. Market Cipher is the indicator we use. We still have some signups available with the code BitSquad15. And then for Femex, we have a deposit bonus. It's actually a $200 deposit bonus. We need to get that fixed. But if you guys want that, you can always go to ByBit and go to the rewards page, the promotions page. You can get access to a deposit bonus. So we are back to trading. So we're going to be talking more about this as time goes on. We're going to be trading some ETH. We're going to be trading some Bitcoin. We're going to be going back up to it. Somebody said upload Spotify.
Yeah, we'll have to remind me to check with J-Chains on that.
Yeah, jot that down.
They're saying it's way behind, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know what's going
for
on.
those of you who don't know, if you prefer audio, we do upload audio versions, the BitBoy audio experience to most.
Did you know that we are in the top 75 now?
Oh, wow.
For all business podcasts.
Interesting.
Just for taking our content and moving it over there. So if you want to listen to us, make sure you come click on our video so you give us the view, and then go listen to the audio only if you want to do that. But on the 4-hour chart for Ethereum, I mean, once again, I'm going to say what I said with Bitcoin as well. I mean, look, guys, we've got this is a little low. We got a higher low. As long as we're seeing these higher lows, that is bullish, right? That is bullish. When we're seeing higher lows, things are moving to the upside. That is definitely good. We're seeing Ethereum right now. This is so interesting on the 4-hour chart. When was the last time we saw this? Let me see here. I guess the last time that we saw this would have been the beginning of March. So if you look back here and you look at the beginning of March, right here, you can see that we went, let me pull it up a little bigger here. Okay. In March, we went below the EMA ribbon on Market Cipher, okay? And then right here, we got into the ribbon and above the ribbon. And then we did have one more drop down here. And after this, it just shot up. This is when we had the big movement. This is when the Ether Bunny was out. This is when we had Valentine's Day Part 2. We had all that stuff going on. And now look at what we're seeing over here. We are seeing right now this get back up into the, let me zoom in a little bit closer here so you guys can see how pronounced this is. So right now, you guys can see this candle that we are currently experiencing, this is getting right up into this ribbon. So if we can get above this ribbon here as it's really tight, we can start dancing off the top of it, and we could be back off to the races. So
they're getting more ridiculous.
They're getting more ridiculous.
They're fun.
Bubba Sparks on. Bubba Sparks. Bubba Sparks is one of my all-time favorites. I love Bubba Sparks. I think he's from like South Georgia, I think.
Sounds pretty South Georgia.
It does. Do you know who Bubba Sparks is?
No, but I'm pretty sure I know somebody named Bubba Sparks, but I don't think it's anybody.
Bubba Sparks is a rapper, a white rapper from the early days.
Oh,
Somebody said me versus Gavin Wood's hair. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Somebody said BitBoy versus Mike Tyson. I've said this before. I would get in the ring with Mike Tyson. I would get in the ring. I know I'd get crushed, but that's the bar bar question, right? Somebody said BitBoy versus Polos. Why? Me and Polo work very well together.
Yeah, somebody asked if I dressed you today because you're wearing a black shirt.
This is a Banana Republic shirt, actually. But what was the? Go back up.
Bubba Sparks?
No, it's another one.
The
Mike
Gavin
Tyson
Woods hair.
That's the bar question, right?
Oh.
Would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson? I would
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I would get in the ring with Mike Tyson. He's kind of in crypto. Mike, if you want to do the celebrity fight, knock me out in one. I mean, how many people can say they got knocked out by Mike Tyson in one punch?
Yeah. I mean, the goal is
I made the list.
try to make it through, what, a whole round? 2 rounds?
No, that is not the goal.
Oh.
The goal is to make it longer than his shortest fight, which I think is 9 seconds.
Okay.
So if I can make it more than 9 seconds, I would not be his easiest fight ever. So
You can make it 30 seconds.
I think so. I think I can last 30 seconds for sure. No question about that. What?
Clip that.
Clip that. Okay. So anyways, for Ethereum, things are looking right now like they could be bullish. If you look at, I mean, it's just so interesting when you look at this stuff. I mean, if you look right now, God, this kind of looks weird on the screen. Let me get rid of all these drawings. If you look right now where we're at in this EMA ribbon, like we just about wicked off the top just now, and we went back down kind of to this second layer of the ribbon. It's like we're so close to breaking out right now. I mean, look at how much ETH has moved in the last 4 hours. That's a 10% pump in an hour in 4 hours. So I guess shouldn't it be printing a new candle right now? I think. Does it print a new candle at 12? Thought it did. Oh, well, this is on the daily. So this is the daily chart, not the 4 hour chart. So on the daily, we're getting way up into this. I bet you on the 4 hour, so look at this, guys. We're already above it in the 4 hour, but we have been above it before a few times. Eddie Parrott. So, okay. BitBoy versus YouTube would be a pretty good one. I can tell you that much. I don't know who they're going to send for me. But let's check this out when we're going to Bitcoin Millionaires. Here's a quick look at the Newpol, by the way. I don't know why. Why are we looking at the Newpol?
He just pulled it up.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. Yeah, we're still way down here in the Newpol right now. So
very healthy.
Very healthy. Very healthy. All right, so there's our trade. Trade just went into the red a little bit, but we'll have to see what happens. But here is how Bitcoin Millionaires are playing the crypto market sentiment. Now, Sentiment is a company that we really, really love. We love Sentiment. We've got a lot of good content from stuff that they've, charts they've created and stuff. We're actually going to go back to using some of that stuff. But in a new tweet, Sentiment reveals that the Millionaire cohort, or wallets holding between 100 to 10,000 BTC, have massively increased the size of their Bitcoin investments in the last week of May. Somebody said thoughts on Cortezi? I feel like we give thoughts on Cortezi every day. Y'all should know what I think about Cortezi. I love it.
We like it, yeah.
The crypto insights firm adds that there appears to be panic among traders of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, DOT, and XRP, which could be a sign for the crypto market. BitBoy versus... I can't stop reading these.
I know.
They're so funny.
The best one just popped through, BitBoy versus Truist.
Oh, yeah. Oh, send me your best.
Yeah.
Send me your best, Truist. They might send me some Braves. They play at Truist Park. I can't stop reading this. We see evidence of panic among crypto traders. We already talked about this. Other top caps are showing crowd fear. The fourth largest wallet in existence sold a total of 3,000 BTC as the leading crypto asset traded above $55,000 April 12th through April 14th. The whale resumed selling 6,000 Bitcoin on May 7th and May 9th as the king crypto hovered around 55K. However, the whale bot, I can't with this stuff every day. The whale bot has been, that's a typo. The whale has been actively buying Bitcoin ever since May 15th. BitInfo chart shows that the big-time crypto owner accumulated 9,961 BTC in the last 2 weeks. Now, I want you guys to think about this. Brett the Hitman Hart. I'm not wrestling a professional, I'm not boxing a professional wrestler. 3,000 Bitcoin he sold. Then he sold 6,000. So he sold 9,000 Bitcoin. Look how much he just added back. 9,961. And I would like to do some math on this, I believe. Because let's see here. Somebody said something about Imdex has great staking on Binance. It pumped. We know that. Okay, so he sold 3,000. Okay, let's just say 9,000 times 55,000. Okay, he approximately sold, is that $495 million in Bitcoin. $495 million in Bitcoin from this one wallet. So can you remember that number, 495 million?
Yes.
So right now he just accumulated 9,961. Now let's multiply that times today's price at 38,000. And that's 378 million. So he basically was able to increase his amount of Bitcoin by 961, and he made off with about 300. What is this times 2? Almost exactly the number. Look at that. But what was it? Like 700?
No, it's 495.
Oh, it's 495. I thought it was 7 something. That's why I can't
Basically,
remember.
he ended up with a net less dollars, but way more Bitcoin. And then when the price gets back to 55,000, he'll be way up on dollars too.
Yeah, exactly. So and when it gets back to 55,000 times 9961. Times. I'm worse with a calculator than I am with TradingView. That's how my moon math is always off. Okay, 55,000 times 9,961 equals. So he would basically, by this drop, he would have made about $100 million, or it's 495. About $55 million.
Yeah.
So,
But the interesting thing here is the psychology. They don't care about the dollar number at all. They only care about the Bitcoin value.
because he basically bought back the same amount of Bitcoin, just a little bit more.
1,000 more.
Yeah.
But he didn't care that he was $200 million down in dollar value. He's just trying to grow his Bitcoin stack.
Exactly.
Because
So that's what the smartest people are doing. And we already know that because that's what we looked at that story yesterday, or maybe it was Monday,
Right.
about these people who, if you hold crypto for 4 years, you're going to be rich, period. That's what consistently across the board. Now, if you hold $100 of crypto for 4 years, you're probably not going to be rich.
You'll be richer than you were.
Yeah, but if you're buying stuff at the bottom, hit that like button, guys. Thank you for that super chat, James. What are the numbers?
About 16,000 watching, 3,200 likes.
3,200 likes. Okay, let's get that at least to 8,000. So if you guys could do us a favor, go ahead and smash that like button for us. If you like the idea of me fighting somebody, smash the like button. If you're on mobile, make sure to click off the live chat, hit the thumbs up, and then click the live chat. I promise you didn't miss anything.
And if you're on a smart TV, just give it your best shot.
Versus, within 5 comments, we've got versus Carol Baskin or versus the Tiger King. So,
Wow.
over Sean Payton. I would fight Sean Payton tomorrow.
Ooh,
I would love to fight Sean Payton. Get him in here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'd hate to break his brittle bones. But, well, there's a good joke I can make there, but I'm going to leave it alone because it's probably a cheap shot. Okay, whale watching Bitcoin long positions near all-time high. So people are thinking like we're thinking right now. You're looking at the prices and you're saying, wow, it looks like things are stabilizing. And guys, it will not take too long to get this total sentiment to change to be going back up. That's how I feel about it. And we see this all the time. The sentiment can change in a heartbeat. The thing is the prices dropped so dramatically, it plunged everybody's psychology. So everybody's depressed. And now as the numbers start getting back up there, people are going to be remembering like this whole chat. Yeah. The whole chat is versus. This is pretty funny. BitBoy versus math. I would not math them out.
We need to be careful, though, with these references.
Math?
No, knocking things out, whatever, breaking brittle bones, all that kind
You
of stuff.
think so?
I just be aware.
Yeah. I think brittle bones is okay.
I mean, if we're trying to avoid violence.
Well, brittle bones are already brittle. They probably already have
not saying-
osteoporosis.
It's not brittle bones. It's talking about breaking somebody else's bones that I'm talking about.
But it sounds like breaking brittle. Like, have you ever had peanut butter brittle and you
I get it.
break it? Thanks, DJ. If we get through this whole stream and don't get taken down when the whole stream is about me
Fighting.
versus,
Yeah.
it's going to be amazing.
It is.
Okay. Bitfinex Bitcoin whales go heavily long, but are they usually right? In finance, and it's just making them do it more. A whale is a market participant that we know what a whale is. Certain crypto trading platforms offer advanced products such as derivatives to long or short. It's what you guys can do on ByBit or Femex here. Rather than buying and selling, traders can go short to hedge spot holdings or to try to add long positions with each dip. The strategy is near endless. Traders on the pioneer trading platform Bitfinex are overwhelmingly long, nearing all-time high levels of long positions on the platform known for whales. And here's something that's very interesting, is that we're seeing a lot of these BitBoy versus vegetables. That's a good one. That would be a tough fight, almost. So anyways, what we're seeing is the money coming in on the long side, but the sentiment is very divided. I was actually looking at some polls recently, and of are we bullish or are we bearish? And the interesting thing is it's about 50-50 split right now. And I can tell you, in the bear market that started in January of 2018, it took 3 months. It was not until, and honestly, it wasn't until June, July, where people really were like, oh yeah, this ain't bouncing back. The most specific thing I can look at is in May, consensus in 2018, there was so much around the fact that there was going to be a consensus pump, that consensus was going to be this big meeting of all these blockchain companies, that there would be some type of like super secret information that comes out, and that, from that, the prices are going to go up. Well, they went up, back up almost 10,000 leading up to consensus. And then that was really one of my first, examples of buy the rumor, sell the news. Because right as the conference started, prices plummeted again. And then they plummeted all the way back down to like $6,000 by the next month. And it really was not until the end of May, beginning of June, when people really realized that we were in a bear market. That's the power of the euphoria that happens at the top of the market. Right now, already, only 2 weeks later, everybody's like, I don't know, is it bearish? Are we bearish? This is the evidence that we've not had the blow off top, that we haven't had the retail investor hype, that we haven't had the peak of the bull market. When that happens, people are not going to be like, are we bearish 2 weeks later? That's not what we've seen ever in the history of Bitcoin. So that took 5 months, really, if you go from January to basically June. So to me, what we're seeing is a lot of longs, a lot of money coming in on the long side. But the sentiment is still like, we don't know what's going on. So I think that's really bullish. I think that speaks very well that these are at all-time longs. But I would say that a lot of times you got to be careful, because when longs get too much, we do see crashes that kind of liquidate a lot of that. Bitfinex is home to many whales, most famously Joe 007, who gained notoriety for longing Bitcoin at 6,500 in 2019, but shorting the coin in late 2020. The positions these whales take can have such significance. TradingView has developed charts to watch both long and shorts on the exchange, with the metric back near all-time highs. It's clear that whales, and this is key, whales expect the price to go up. Looking back, each time long positions hit the green box above, Bitcoin saw a major bounce. Every time it hits this green box, it sees a major bounce. So that's going back to where we're at now. What is that saying? Bitcoin saw a major bounce dating back. Oh, each bottom was marked by an influx of long. Oh, these are just in the longs here. Oh, this is the price. This is the price here. So basically what they're saying is right here, when it got into the green box, all these are this is the price of Bitcoin down here at the bottom, I believe. Is that correct? It doesn't have a legend here. So these are the number of longs, and that's the price. Yes, this is the price of Bitcoin, and then this over here is the actual candlesticks are the amount of longs. And so every time the amount of longs gets up here in the green box, you can see the price goes up. Boom, 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 boom. So right now, it seems like with this dip, and now we're back in this green box, that we should be seeing prices go back high. So very interesting stuff coming out. Here's a look at the amount of longs versus the amount of shorts. You guys can see here 1.7 billion in longs to 29 million in shorts. Interesting, BitMEX is right down the middle. You can see Binance heavily in the longs. And the total is 3.2 billion in longs and 1.28 billion in shorts. So the whales, the money is expecting things to go up for sure. All right, so let's move on to the next story here. Digital copper. Cool. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is right after Goldman Sachs leaks this report that, number one, Ethereum's going to pass Bitcoin. And number two, that Bitcoin is now its own asset. Like
It's interesting. They seem to be making sure that they stay in the news, Goldman Sachs, with some kind of crypto tie-in every week. So it's been 3 or 4 weeks in a row now with a big story that ties Goldman Sachs to crypto.
Every week. Absolutely. So Bitcoin is a risk-on asset akin to copper rather than gold, argued Goldman Sachs chief of commodity Jeff Currie. It's just weird, like, comparing copper to gold.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, like, they're both just like random metals, right? I mean, they both have use cases outside of just letting them sit around, but who decided which one was more valuable? I guess the
Humanity,
conquistadors?
I guess.
I don't know. Actually, the gold has been around for longer than that, I guess. Bitcoin shares more with copper due to both assets' volatility. It says digital currencies are not substitutes to gold. If anything, they may be a substitute to copper. And the reason I argue that is they are pro-risk. They're risk on assets. And this is Jeff Currie, the head of commodities. Now, says, however, when there is an economic downturn, traders tend to dump their risk on assets in favor of safer risk-off investments, which are better suited for preserving their capital. Cash and gold are examples of this style of investment. In other words, when everything is good and growing, investors take more risk by betting on riskier assets. And when the market is seeing red, traders flee to more stable assets. As for the precious metals comparison, copper is often considered a third-rate metal throughout its history compared to gold and silver. However, the metal's lower price, gold and silver, cost roughly 475 times and 7 times more than gold and silver cost roughly 475 times and 7 times more than copper. I don't understand
Gold 470 times, silver 7 times.
That's a weird way to say that.
Very strange.
Very strange way to say that. Is that proper English?
Probably not.
Respectively. Oh, I guess they threw respectively there. And large supply make copper a much more volatile asset. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Bitcoin is more like gold or more like copper? Now, interesting. This is their chief of commodities, okay, which gold is a commodity, right?
I guess.
Yeah, I think gold is technically a commodity. I mean, precious metals are commodities because they have use case along with actual. Let me see what the actual definition of commodity is. Commodity. A raw material or primary agricultural product that can be bought and sold, such as copper and coffee. So I guess gold is a commodity, right? Because it has a use case, right? It's a raw material. It can be used. Is gold a commodity? Gold is definitely a commodity, but it can be used in some similar ways to a currency. So really, I don't see any difference between Bitcoin and either one of these, except Bitcoin can't be used to make a product.
Yeah, that to me the most interesting part. Like, they didn't really say anything in the article with their statement. They're just trying to stay relevant and say anything about Bitcoin, which we're seeing a lot these days.
Someone said that is proper grammar. That's a weird way to say it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
It was very confusing.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat there, Reed Taylor. So gold is definitely a commodity because it's a raw material. It can be used. It's on all your phones. They've got gold in the technology. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see. They said BitBoy versus TJ's mom.
Oh no!
I love Naomi. I would never fight Naomi ever. I love Naomi. She's great.
Any women probably.
Well, yeah, of course. I would not fight. Y'all know my stance on that. I've made that pretty clear in the last couple of days. So. Yeah. But yeah, so I think it is just like, think about this. How is Goldman Sachs staying relevant and not even really saying anything? Well, they got their commodities guy out there talking about it. Bitcoin is clearly not a commodity, right? Because it's not a raw material. It can't be used for anything physical. Okay.
And that's what's interesting when you look at these people that come out and make these statements. They're desperately trying to categorize it in a way that they're used to, something that's familiar to them, like commodities or other things. Like the commodities guy comparing this to copper makes a lot of sense because that's the world he lives in, and that's what makes a lot of sense to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said BitBoy versus medium shirts.
BitBoy versus Valentine's Day.
That's a good one. There's so many good ones here. I mean, I can't go over them all, but they're so funny.
All right, your dude.
Who's that?
Menerd.
Oh, Menerd. Well, but real quick though, this is the you can leave it here though. But I was just like, speaking of useless arguments about is Bitcoin or is it more like copper? We have this pointless but incredible new electric car mines crypto while it's parked. Canadian light electric vehicle manufacturer Daymac has announced an electric car that can mine Bitcoin and other cryptos while it's parked. But I just had a genius idea. What if you had those electric scooters that could mine while they're laid on the ground?
Well, usually when they're laid on the ground, it's because they're dead. Somebody has to pick them up and recharge them at night.
Yeah, and that's a big business too.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I wonder, that might be a thing maybe. But anyways, Daymax Spiritus, the first car in history with mining hardware and crypto technology programmed to the user interface, or it is the first car. And guys, who would do this? Who would go? There's a deluxe model priced at $20,000. Wow, cars are cheap in Canada. And an ultimate model at $149K. Guys, this was a big argument that people were saying for a long time. Like, all your devices are going to be mining all the time. They're microtransactions and stuff. I just don't see that getting really, really big, honestly. Maybe it will. But this is one of the first ways we've actually seen this integrated into kind of a bigger technology like automobiles mining. So I don't think that's going to actually happen. Some people are just saying things that don't even make sense. I don't even understand how I would get in the ring with that. There, I didn't say the word. So here we go. Guggenheim new fund may seek exposure to Bitcoin as Scott Menerd still bearish. This guy should be arrested and in jail. The fact that this guy is able to come on here constantly, I tell you what, I would take Menerd. He seems like a big dude. It'd be a good match, I think.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that, for sure, 100%. He's got a thick neck, bro. His neck is thick. Look at that neck. It's loaded up with hot air and manipulation. This guy every week is in the news saying stuff, positive or negative, depending on what he's doing, okay? It says a new fund registered by asset management giant Guggenheim Investments may seek exposure to Bitcoin. According to a June 1st filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, it may invest in crypto directly or indirectly via cash-settled derivatives contracts. As reported by you today, yes, you told me this story, Menerd likened cryptos to the Dutch tulip bubble last month, which prompted many to accuse him of flip-flopping, given that he predicted that Bitcoin could reach 600,000 just a few months ago. And to be clear, Scott Menerd has said that he believes that it will be $400,000 to $600,000 by the end of this year. Okay, so this is not one of these guys that says one day it'll be, much further away. Somebody said, BitBoy, this is exactly as I predicted. How am I going to fight a phrase? How? Where is the vulnerable spot there? Okay, I want to know. Yeah, Menerd. This is the guy. This is the one. I want him bad. But guys, everything he's saying is meant to see the prices go down or go up. Now, if we go back to January, at when the price, they said Robinhood just halted AMC after 100% gains for the day. That's
interesting.
That's interesting news if that's true. But in January, his company, his investment, Guggenheim Partners or whatever, they announced a buy in January at the peak of the market when things started to crash. It was this, or when things were crashing, he was saying, fudding Bitcoin, saying it's over. And meanwhile, it was revealed that exactly when he was saying that, his investment firm was buying Bitcoin. How is this allowed? Especially, now let me tell you this, especially if these guys are buying, let me tell you how he could be in trouble for this. If it's proven that he's saying this stuff to manipulate the prices and they're investing in cash settled derivatives on futures contracts on publicly traded exchanges or on, I guess publicly traded exchanges isn't the right word, but on the CME or other futures products that are regulated by the United States SEC, I mean, is that not manipulation? Is that not textbook? But you got to know this guy's got to have. I see one in the chat I'm interested in. But so somebody this is textbook. But this guy's got so much money that they're pulling the strings behind the scenes. You know, he's probably calling him up, telling him to come get me now. You know, who knows what'll happen. But this is a guy that is always in the news saying the opposite of what he really believes. But only when the price is going down. When the prices are going up, he's real super happy and things are going great. But when this guy starts talking about prices dropping or tulip mania, you got to be careful. We saw that's exactly what happened. He came out, he said it's tulip mania right in the middle of the crash. And these guys also do what Elon Musk does. It's not just that they come up in the middle of a crash. It's always near bottoms and resistance that these things, or in support that these things get released at. Because if you look at what happened with Elon Musk, the price of Bitcoin dropped from, I think, 58,000 to 52,000 in one day. 52,000 was very strong support. And then Elon Musk tweeted they were not going to be accepting Bitcoin again for Tesla. And it dumped it all the way down right below 47, but it held 47. And then, more stuff came out over the next week and things, continued to go down. So very interesting stuff going on with this guy. He's definitely a definition of a scammer and a manipulator.
Well, especially when we see all these articles about, things turning more bullish again, and then he's buying but still fudding it last week. And then we got this next story about institutions.
Institutional investors load up on ETH, with its share of assets under management hitting a new record. Institutional investors continue to exit BTC in favor of ETH, with Ether investment products now representing more than 1/4 of institutional crypto AUM. That's huge. Listen to this. Ether investment products now representing more than 1/4 of all institutional exposure to crypto. I'm telling you, this thing is passing Bitcoin. I mean, I've got no qualms about saying that. I believe that for sure. The more we're seeing about this, somebody said, first a 10-pound vegan burger. No, I will not be battling a vegan. Yeah, I'll throw it in the trash. Ain't need no vegan burger. What do you think I am? One of them hippies? No offense to my vegan watchers. I love y'all. All right, institutional demand for Ethereum continues to surge, with Ether products now representing more than 1/4 of the assets under management. More than 63% of institutional inflows were injected into Ether products, or 46.8 million of the total. Now, think about this. Think about the amount of Bitcoin that we were talking about in the last couple of days. We talked about it yesterday on Around the Blockchain, talked about it yesterday morning. Think about all of these fake Bitcoin that are out there. Like, think about the representations of Bitcoin that aren't really Bitcoin, the derivatives, all this stuff. People are saying that's affecting the price of Bitcoin. Ethereum, we are now seeing get a lot more of these, but there's not nearly as much
We just talked about
thoughts on Guggenheim. What was that?
It's literally what we just talked about.
Yeah, we talked about that just now. Yeah. They got found out in SEC filing that they're buying. Yeah, absolutely. Is that an updated buy that they're doing? I think that's what we just talked about, though, too. So what was the one before that? Super chat. BitBoy versus the live chat. Alberto. Yeah. Alberto Rios. We like Alberto. Can you start making some of these people mods, by the way?
Sure.
We want more moderators in here. We'll just leave it at that. You guys probably saw what was going on. Some coordinated stuff going on the last week. Know who it was from, by the way, for 100%, but that's a different story. Should surprise no one. But some people that are in here every day, if you guys want to be moderators, just put hashtag make me a mod. And then if it's only people you recognize actually as being people that are here every day.
Yeah, it's usually the people. Do it right when I upload the stream, the hour before we go live.
They're going to be doing it right now.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I know.
I just said it.
But there's no way to know who's who right now.
Well, I mean, you know who you see every day. You know Alberto Rios. Yeah. You know, what's the other guy's name that we met in Miami?
Oh, yeah.
IMZ something?
Yeah, but sometimes they change.
Oh, they're going to. How would they know?
It's all right.
Everybody's going to be Alberto Rios in a second?
No. I just mean their name in person is different than their username. I get the usernames mixed up, but we'll sort it out.
Yeah, we want more mods. We want a lot more mods. We can be pretty liberal handing it out too, I think.
Yeah.
So anyways, despite Bitcoin's 30-day inflows of 47.9 million, currently equating to everybody's a mod.
Yeah.
You get a mod, you get a mod, everyone gets a mod. That's an Oprah joke, y'all. Equating to roughly 1/3 of Ether's 147.7 million, Bitcoin still dominates year-to-date inflows with nearly $4.4 billion compared to Ether's 973 million. However, Ether's recent momentum has given rise to renewed speculation as to whether Ethereum is gearing up to flip Bitcoin, with Ethereum currently beating out crypto's honey badger. What? Why would they call Bitcoin the honey badger? By transaction count, volume, and fees, and trade volume. I'm telling you guys, this is happening. I believe this is happening. I do believe that this is happening. I think Ethereum is passing Bitcoin in this cycle. Now, do I think it will hold that through the bear market? No, I do not believe that. But I do believe that we will see this happen. I can't wait to show you guys this. It's going to be such a great video. Maybe it'll be our greatest video of all time. But we said that about 3 other videos and they all bombed. But this one is like kind of peak interest along with being very educational and analytical. So guys, here we go. We got the Cardano Bridge here. Cardano, you guys love Cardano. We're going to be talking about Cardano with Somi here in a little bit. And at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, be having a special live stream today. Cardano to launch its first cross-chain bridge with link to Nervos. Now, Nervos is a project, actually, kind of like full disclosure here, is that Nervos, one of the guys behind Nervos, it was actually the guy that ended up connecting me initially with IOST. And I'll tell you this, when this guy left IOST to go to Nervos, that's when things really started going downhill over there for IOST. So Nervos has been a project I've been watching for years now at this point. And I think Nervos is a very underrated project. Where's it coming in on CoinMarketCap right now? Let's look. Is it in the top? I think it's in the top 200, but not in the top 100. Let's see here. What are they saying now? You snickering?
No, I was looking at Nick out the window.
Oh.
He left though.
Nervos coming in at number 120 right now. So, and you guys can see, obviously, it had a peak back in March and has been on a downtrend. Looks like it could be picking up, gearing up for an uptrend again. But look how much it went up since last year. It was down at, is it showing prices? Shouldn't it be showing me a price right there? There it is. 1/3 of a penny, and it went all the way up to 4 pennies. So like about a 13x, 12, 13x, somewhere around there.
Oh, he meant your mom, not my mom. Oh, he meant your mom versus my mom. Well,
yeah.
That
Look,
would never happen.
Mom, I love you. You are awesome. You did a great job raising me, even though sometimes it seemed like you didn't. Just from outward appearances. I mean, I think you did a great job. You did a phenomenal job. We're very successful. You know, we grew up in the circus clown. You always raised me to be. But Naomi she would take you.
You don't want to fight.
You don't want to fight Naomi.
No.
Naomi she gets right here, for sure. She goes straight for the jugular.
Yeah.
So
there's no messing around.
no messing around there. But look, Mom, I love you, but I'm just saying. So that settles that debate for sure. Okay, so Nervos Network is up 6.87% today. It's still up about 5x from the bear market, even after this recent drop that we have had. But Cardano is now launching its first cross-chain bridge, and they're choosing Nervos. So that should tell you something about Nervos. Public chain projects Nervos and Cardano said they plan to enable interoperability across their platform within the next 6 weeks. The bridge furthers their goals of discovering the industry's Bluetooth moment. Nervos and IOHK, according to the development team behind Cardano. Launch is significant because it links two ecosystems worth billions of dollars in terms of market capitalization, the company said in a press release on Wednesday. It is the first bridge for Cardano. Blockchain accelerator Mousebelt. Mousebelt, what were they doing? They were doing a lot of educational stuff. They've been tapped to develop the tech, with funding to come from a Nervos grant. Cardano team will commit expertise and resources to connect its network. So this is getting a little more into the tech about what's actually involved here. It's called the Force Bridge. So Nervos is supposed to kind of be like I don't know. Like, it's supposed to be bridges. I think the idea behind it is, let me go to their website because I don't want to get this wrong, but I'm pretty sure I know why they have the name Nervos. I think I had seen a diagram. It's like, imagine your nerve system connecting throughout your brain, right? Cross-chain bridges is what Nervos is, like your nervous system, but it's not spelled the same way, obviously. Nervous is spelled different. But I remember I'd seen something at some point that was like a diagram they used to have on their website, I think, that was basically kind of showing that. So it's like a connector. That's what Nervos is. So none of this surprised me. They have this thing called the Force Bridge, as it's known. It will allow users to interchangeably transact with Nervos or Cardano's native currencies. The CKB, which is the Nervos token, and ADA. It will enable participants to create their own wrapped tokens, cryptos pegged to the value of another, and do so across both chains. So this is really big. The CTO of IOHK, the company behind Cardano, says, we believe that blockchain technology will only achieve mainstream acceptance when end users are not locked into one blockchain or standard. Bridges like this are an absolute necessity in order to ensure that users have a seamless experience. They also did a joint research initiative at some point. But I think this is big news for not just Cardano. I mean, it's their first cross-chain bridge. It's big. Kind of like SoMe is going to be their first social media token or social media project on Cardano, which is going to be really, really, really exciting. And we do know that Cardano has the #1 community in terms of engagement in all of crypto. And I think people really underrate that. People all the time, they say, who cares how many people like it? Blah, 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 blah. It's the engagement and the support for the community. The support for anything that comes into the ecosystem. That's really what I meant to say. Anything that comes in that ecosystem, they are going to support. And so when you have this cross-chain bridge launching, it's just going to make it easier to do that. So, I always say this, Cardano and Elrond are the #1 and #2 most engaged communities.
By developers?
No.
Oh.
By the size of their community, actually. By the engagement of their community. I don't know how they measured that. I think they went across, they took staking, social media, and I can't remember what the other thing. There were a lot of things taken. It was basically like spit out these composite numbers. It's not developers, no.
Gotcha.
Cardano is not #1 for developers by any stretch of the
I thought it was, the one I saw was based on GitHub repositories. So basically submissions to the GitHub.
Yeah, no, this was totally different. Yeah, this was community engagement. And we see it. Like when we do videos on Cardano, they do really well. When we do tweets about Cardano, they do really well. Same thing with Elrond. And VeChain is another one that has a very engaging community, which, by the way, I don't know. We may have some big stuff popping off with VeChain in the near future. So you guys know that's been one of my most excited, most loved projects for years now. Love VeChain. So, all right, last story. Beijing to give away over $6 million in latest digital yuan test. And this is weird. It is. Announcing the news on Tuesday, the Beijing Local Financial Supervision and Administration Bureau said it will give away 200,000 red envelopes containing 200 digital yuan, around $31 each, to local residents. Residents willing to participate in the lottery will have to register through apps of the Bank of China. Beijing eventually plans to use the digital yuan in the 2022 Winter Olympics. So if you're in Beijing and you get a red envelope, you got yourself $31 in digital yuan to spend. How is $31 that basically people are going to treat like a gift card really demonstrate how well this is going to do?
I have no idea. I think they're getting desperate.
That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like they're giving away free money. They're wanting people to support it. Somebody said BitBoy versus being on time. It's a struggle.
That's a tough battle.
That's a tough battle. Every day I have that tough battle. It's because we do so much stuff here. That's what it is. I'm not just sitting around here twiddling my thumbs. But this will be really interesting. Beijing planning to use the digital yuan in the 2022 Winter Olympics. We do have the Summer Olympics coming up here in a couple months. It'll be very interesting if anything from, the Olympics comes up having to do with crypto, if there's, a crypto sponsor or something. I don't know. I mean, it is in Japan, which is pretty crypto friendly. We do know that Asia in general is more crypto friendly, even though you hear every day it's getting banned over there. It is much more crypto friendly in the United States, but the United States is getting a lot more crypto friendly as well. I think what would be really interesting, another thing to watch from this to see how this second round of the Digital Yuan test goes, is to find out how the people are going to receive it first and foremost, but to also see. I totally lost my train of thought.
Hey,
I'm rambling.
Hey, that's what I did yesterday. Welcome to the club.
God, you did it for like a long time
I did.
too. It was really bad.
I did exactly what you were just doing right there, where I was like, okay, if I just if I talk through this, it'll come back to me while I'm talking, and I just kept talking, and it became very clear it wasn't coming back.
What I was going to say is, I wonder what kind of impact this is going to have on this digital dollar.
Yeah.
This digital dollar is coming. There's no question about that. The more that China forces this, the more the U.S. is going to be forced to come up with its own competitor. And here's another interesting thing to think about. If they're testing theirs at the 2022 Winter Olympics, do you guys know where the next Summer Olympics is? 2024 in LA.
There you go.
So we could see digital dollar testing during our Olympics possibly.
And I like that they call it testing. It's really forcing. Basically what they're saying is they're going to force everybody that's there for it to use their digital yuan whether they want to or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much $31, I wonder how far $31 goes in China. The equivalent of $31.
It can't be that far.
What's that?
It might get you like a lunch.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea what to compare that to.
If you think about like at the Olympics, by 2024 when it's here, $30 will get you like a meal.
Yeah, for sure. No, but what I mean by that is like, you go to some places if you travel abroad, you go to some place and you're like, like I went to a place in Honduras and it was like because y'all know I love American food. I found an Americanized restaurant that was there in Honduras. And basically they had like cheeseburgers and pizza. Like you don't usually find a pizza place that's got cheeseburgers. But it's like, if you're American, they got hotels there. A lot of Americans stay in like a Holiday Inn, and you go there, and it's like American food, and it tastes just like American food. So I ate there every meal, of course, obviously, because I'm sorry, I don't like onions in my ground beef. Sorry, Spanish culture. I love you, but I need my ground beef with no onions in it, and I haven't found a place outside of Taco Bell that'll do it. Okay, but so I went there and I had all this pizza. A whole pizza was like $4. And it's not like Little Caesars, like hot and ready, like $4. So my point is, like, I wonder in China, like their economy is catching us, has caught us, whatever, we're neck and neck, however you want to look at it. I wonder what the pricing for a standard lunch is there. You know what I mean? Like compared to American dollars, maybe some people would have some input on that. I don't know. Getting to the end of the stream, so I don't really have time to get into it too much, but I know I'll go to the Philippines, and the Philippines, a little bit of money goes a long ways there too. In some countries, you can live on like dirt cheap, compared to your American dollars. So I'm just saying, like, is $31 worth of digital yuan? Is it a decent amount or no? There, I don't know. Maybe it's more than I'm thinking it is, but I would think in general it's not very much. So, anyways, guys, we know the digital dollar stuff is coming. We're going to have much more about that in the coming months, I'm sure. As we get to the end of the year, maybe we'll hear more on the development of that. Maybe they'll use USDC. We don't know. That's what TJ thinks. But guys, thank you so much for coming to the chat today. Come back at 2. We're going to be on in an hour and 12 minutes. So we got a live stream for you guys with the people from SoMe. We're going to be talking about social media on Cardano. So if you're a Cardano fan, you're definitely not going to want to miss it. This is going to be one of the biggest projects we believe launching on there.
Also, really good live stream tonight for Around the Blockchain. We're going to have Crypto Wendy O, crowd favorite Crypto Face.
Boom.
And I believe Aaron from Altcoin Daily.
Ooh, that's
it's going to be a good
spicy,
show.
Spicy.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so you guys make sure to come back at 5 Eastern Standard Time for that. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. I love you guys. Be blessed. BitBoy out.